I think we can all agree that PC custom water cooling is really cool, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do it. But there are two major problems I want to discuss today, and I'm not even talking about the cost, because I think that's quite clear that cost is not beneficiary for custom water cooling. Now, the benefits of water cooling I think are really clear. One, it's silent. When gaming, this thing is very quiet, and I love it, and my SO loves it too. Two, the performance. I mean, obviously, I have two slim radiators, yeah, but these two slim radiators are cooling an RTX 2080 Super and a AMD Ryzen R7 3700X. Those two are not high heat components, so this cooling system is more than enough for that. But I think what I just said actually underlines one of the major problems with custom water cooling. Those are now, I think, about 5 years old, I'm not sure. I did build this in 2019, at the end of 2019. They're quite old now, like I think an RTX 4060 is almost at the same level of this, if I'm not wrong. And this CPU is really, really old. In today's standards, at least. I would really like to have an X3D Ryzen chip. And honestly, that's doable. I have an AM4 platform here. It's kind of easy to put a 5700 X3D in the system, so I don't need to change the water block. On the other hand, when buying a new GPU, which I really need, I would need a new water block. And yeah, there are cheaper brands, I guess, but I did build in the first HydroX lineup the Corsair did back in the day. Unfortunately, I would kind of like it to stay in the same theme or the same style that they still use now. To be honest, it really needs maintenance now. I haven't changed the liquid in 5 years. I will do it, and it's fine. It's really fine. There's no issues with it. It's all right. I hope so. So yeah, changing parts, doing maintenance, all of that requires work. A lot more work than an air-cooled system would need. Well, a lot more work than an AIO system would need, because not a lot of GPUs have AIO water cooling. So the next issue, the second issue I have, because, you know, maintenance, changing parts, doing upgrades, I like that. That would be fun. It's a bit more costly, but as I said, I could stay on the AM4 platform. The only thing I could buy is a GPU block and a new GPU, and that would be fine. But if I'd like to, for example, build an SFF PC system, which I'm very interested in, selling this is not that it wouldn't sell, but that selling it at the price it's worth at doesn't feel the price I did to build it. Let me explain. One of the main reasons to build a system like this is, yes, it's silent. There's definitely performance benefits. Not huge, but little. I hope so, at least. What really makes me attached to this is that I built it myself. I planned it myself. I did the research. I bended the tubes. I really put in a lot of hours that will never stay or be present in the reselling price it's worth at now. Honestly, a system like this that is air-cooled, so everything stays the same, but it's air-cooled, is probably worth more than a custom water-cooled one. The reason to do this is to have a cool system that is unique. I'd argue art doing it yourself, yeah. And there's good cooling, which gives you the best performance you can get out of these parts, and it's silent. 5 years later, the only thing this is silent. It's performance-wise, it's really not good compared to like what it costs. You need to understand the scaling I'm thinking about here. And at the same time, with that low performance, knowing what this was back in the day, comes the high maintenance and the uncertainty of the buyer, because I would buy an old watercooled system. There's really a huge extra strip of uncertainty that everything is working well and it's not gonna blow up on me. Because when you're buying an old used PC that is custom built, the only thing you can trust is that the seller isn't an asshole, and most of us are assholes when it comes to selling something and then the buyer comes back saying, hey, I have an issue, can you fix it? Or give me money back, which would be really bad, especially if you have just spent it to a new PC. So yes, there are clear benefits. One, it's art, it's really cool to do, I love it. It's so unique, and knowing that you did it yourself by hand, and unlike a similar air-cooled system, like anyone can build basically the same PC, same parts, just plug it in like a Lego and it's done. This, no, like if someone would try to do the same bends and all the work that was put into it, this feels a lot more boutique, I'd say. No one will replicate the bends that I did. No one. It's just impossible. It's made by hand. There's that layer of personality that a system like this has that I don't feel like usual PCs have. On the other hand, will I do this again though? I don't know. The two major problems now, I'm stuck with it, is if I want to sell it, I'm going to get so little money out of it. I would sell something that feels so personal, but at the same time, I can't put that personal cost of labor to the price. It just doesn't work like that. And second, upgrading this, like the ceiling of cost is so much higher. Like, water blocks are expensive, man. And if I would need to buy a new AM5 system with, I don't know, a really cool new CPU, like the 99, 97? I don't know, 9800 X3D, which is the best gaming CPU available right now, I need to buy a water block for that. And that just, there's so much friction that going there is difficult. And to be honest with you, I'm not in the same financial level I was 5 years back. This is done by working several months in a gas station. I was living with my parents, gas station money. I have just money laying around that I need to spend to food, to rent, and all of that. And I built this back then. I couldn't do that now. I live with my SO. I have my rent and food prices and all of that. I cannot do this again. I'm not working, I'm studying. I just wanted to do this video kind of highlighting maybe it's really difficult to think where I am in the next 5 years or 4 years or 3 years. If you're building this system, or not this system, but you know, at the same level, like a system now for, gosh, how expensive was this? 2,500 euros probably, close to 3,000 with all the parts that I bought. It's just tough. It's tough. I'm kind of stuck with it. But to be fair to me, it plays games at 1440p, all the new games. It's just, I'm thinking what's going to happen in the next 3 years. I'm probably going to be in school still, and will it be enough? I don't know. Oh, actually, if you're interested, HydraX, would I recommend? Yes, actually. HydraX, I think it's expensive, especially now. It's quite expensive. But I've had no issues with it. IQ, the software that is used for all the Corsair stuff, has honestly worked really well for me. I've had 2 major problems with it in the last 5 years, which I think is fine. Well, no, it's not fine, but dealable. There's one thing I would never recommend though, and it's these fans. I'm gonna say it now. These fans suck. The LEDs are dead. It's a major issue that is widely seen in the internet webs, seems like. And unfortunately, I would need to probably buy new fans if I want fans that are actually better performance-wise and also not Corsair. Corsair fans, no recommendation. Do not buy them, just straight up. There's plenty of reviews and enough proof out there that it's just not great, unfortunately. Will I watercool in the foreseeable future? I don't know. My next system is probably going to be this. I'm just going to upgrade to a 5700 X2D, a new GPU, and probably that's going to be my way of navigating out of this issue I have. But I'm also very interested in building an SFF PC, so like an ITX system, basically. I think those are really cool. That's probably going to be air-cooled, or if not, what's really cool about custom water cooling is that, you know, the fans, shitty as they are functional. I have 2 radiators, I have tubing left, I think, so the only thing I need for building a next system really is just new blocks for the CPU, new blocks for the GPU, that's it. All the rest works and has worked really well. The liquid I have is 5 years old. Too old, I know. I'm gonna do the maintenance this year, maybe, hopefully. But no issues with it. Just Mayhem's Blitz kit and Mayhem's, I think, so the same stuff that Corsair does. Their liquids, just crystal clear, no problems. I'm getting tired. If you watched the whole video, thank you very much. I'm trying my best. Talking to a camera, alone in an echoey room, windows wide open to have light and neighbors to see how embarrassing I am is weird, but I'm enjoying it, honestly. It's nice to be creative once again. Ciao.